So I'll give it a little throttle here. And I mean, it accelerates. It's just not. When I drive Premiers with the 2-liter turbo and the 8-speed automatic or 9-speed automatic, I just get just a little bit of exhilaration driving that. And that's what this car is really lacking, in my opinion. I really just wish they had left that alone and not gotten rid of that 2-liter. Because the 2-liter is just a really peppy motor. I mean, you see that in the XT4s, even in they're putting them in like the Acadias now in the XT5s. It's a really big difference between a 1.5 liter and that 2-liter. And that's really what this vehicle is lacking for me to be like, wow, this is incredible. But if you're not that worried about accelerating, and I mean, it's still a turbo engine, so it's not super slow, it just could be better. And I'll show you this pull here. It pulls decently, it's just not, it's not the best it's not the best feel of acceleration. But of course, with it being a Malibu, even on these 19-inch wheels, really, really comfortable ride. And that's one thing that I miss from my old Malibu. These things just ride so smoothly. I think this one just needs a tad bit of an alignment or something, but just a really smooth ride. And one thing that this thing does not suffer with, as opposed to the 2-liter, is gonna be city fuel mileage, because the Premiers with the 2-liter turbos are getting about 22, 23 miles per gallon city, where this one gets pretty much 30. I think it's 29 or something. And auto stop helps out a lot with that. And there it is there, just cut on. And I will say, for mostly city driving, this is a pretty good option, especially if you don't keep your foot in the floor like I do. That's why performance is about as important to me as amenities are, whether it's safety technology, Bluetooth, all of that. So I'm really just, it's a personal preference to have a 2-liter turbo. And I think most people that want something like this, which is probably why GM decided to pretty much get rid of the Premier trim level, as well as that 2-liter turbo in a Malibu, is most people in this segment don't care. Most Malibus are base models. People want space. They use them to commute. They don't really care about speed for the most part, acceleration for the most part, and the 1.5 turbo is enough for them. And if you're one of those people, this is, I mean, this is one of my favorite cars. It really is. Ever since they redid it in 16, it's just slowly become a car I love, even as outdated as it is now, because there hasn't been a refresh for, what, almost 6-7 years. But still, it holds its own. GM has updated the infotainment, which is nice. Added a lot more standard safety features. And of course, LED headlights was a big one. So if you don't mind a CVT and you really don't care how the car moves, just as long as it goes and keeps up with traffic, definitely would recommend this. But if you're one of those people like me who's used to having the 2-liter turbo Premier option, you'll find this vehicle lacking in a couple areas. But hopefully, I know they're supposed to discontinue it. They've been saying they were going to discontinue this car for the longest, but I really hope they just bring an EV Malibu to market. I'm begging GM. because I love the Malibus and I just want an electric one, and I will legit trade my Mach-E in for an electric Malibu. I'm telling you, I'll be the first customer. So like I said, ride incredible. Love just how this car feels. All in all, just wish it still had that 2-liter turbo. But with all that being said, this is going to bring me to an end of my review of the 2023 Chevrolet Malibu 2LT.